I started listening to R. Kelly again. For research because I wanted to know, how do we give this nigga so many chances? How? The man survived the Boondocks episode and a Chappelle Show sketch. How the fuck is that? That's the peak of black criticism at the time. How the fuck is that? He weathered both those storms? No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up, you know? Also, I watched a documentary. I found out that nigga can't read, so he signed his publishing away, so he does not make money off of my research, so calm down. Does not make money off of my research. But no, I dug into it. I listened to the hits, and I found out some things about that man that I don't think people are willing to admit. It's worse than you think. Okay. No. I did the research. I found out R. Kelly is not, nor has he ever been, a good musician. He's not a good musician. He sucks. He's bad. And now y'all disagreeing with me for different reasons. Where do your ethics lie on this issue? Where do your ethics lie? What do you really believe in? Stand up for something. What do you believe in? He's a bad musician. He sucks. He's never been good. His music is not sexy. It's just about sex, and there's a big difference. Teenagers talk about sex, but are they sexy? Not if you're not R. Kelly. No? It's not sexy. His music is not sexy. The sexy music you think R. Kelly makes is been D'Angelo the whole time. It's always been D'Angelo. It'll always be D'Angelo. I would love if he put another album out. But, no. Look, the only people give him so much fucking credit. It's like, oh, he wrote all these songs, he wrote all the hits, he wrote the Space Jam song, and he never wrote anything down. Need I remind you, cannot read, had no choice. No choice. The only reason R. Kelly gets put in this god tier of musicians is because he's consistently in the same conversation as Michael Jackson, because he got away with the same crime as Michael Jackson, and wrote some songs about that crime for Michael Jackson, when the reality is R. Kelly makes music for niggas to fuck in basketball shorts. And that's what he does. And I don't mean ones that take off basketball shorts to fuck. I mean they slide the leg up and slide the dick down the leg. And they fuck out the side like a banana poking its way out of a fruit bag. That's who R. Kelly makes music for. That's who R. Kelly makes music for. R. Kelly makes music for niggas that pry the mesh open and they fuck through the mesh and then they throw those shorts away. They gotta roll of single-use fuck shorts to fuck to the Ignition remix like a roll of Bounty. That's who R. Kelly makes music for. But that's your king. You remember a few minutes ago when you defended him? You remember that? You thought I forgot that shit? No, I put that in my back pocket for right now, for ammunition. I do feel bad for R. Kelly for one reason, and that's because I know his life could have been so different, you know what I'm saying? It's all societal factors, all the things that made him that way, you know what I'm saying? Like, the man never learned to read despite spending so much time hanging outside of high schools. How is that possible? Just go in the school, pick up a book, let the power of knowledge wash the sin off you. You know? I can feel some of you thinking too much about who is in the school and not what. It's about the books. It's about the knowledge. The knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's wild because it's never been a complicated situation, you know what I'm saying? The reality is, it comes down to the fact that we as a society do not give a fuck about black women, and that's all it's ever been, you know what I'm saying? It's a little more complicated with Michael Jackson only because even when that type of situation, even when men have been abused, they refuse to admit that they've been abused. They refuse to admit that's happened to them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got in a fight with a man about whether or not he got molested. He was my boss, so it was a very touchy subject. But he brought up at work, it was his fault. He told me that when he was 16, he had sex with a woman who was 35. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, that's obvious what happened. That's a very clear case. You got molested. What are we even arguing about? But he made a strong case for it. He was like, no, as a man, you're taught to like pursue women. It's all about conquering, conquest. You're supposed to sow your seed or whatever the fuck. And that's what I did. I pursued this woman. I was a grown man with my faculties about me. I pursued this woman. She responded, and we had consensual sex. That's what happened. And I was like, I can't really argue with that. That's your life. I'm not gonna put that narrative on you. You know, if you don't believe you got molested, I'm not gonna tell you that you got molested. But could you at least admit that you fucked a loser? Could you admit that? Like,